Hello, everybody. Today is day 33. I just finished my second stage from Lagri to Kohila, and I'm in Airbnb right now. You can look at it, very comfortable. It's in Kohila, and today I want to talk about cash flow because when you start a business from scratch, cash flow is essential. So let's say you have an idea, you have thought about it, you have a plan, and now you want to move on with it. The problem is you're going to need some kind of investment in the beginning. For example, in WTFT, I have to pay for the hotel and the food on the way. So if I'm starting from scratch this WTFT business, how am I going to do it? I also, by the way, I also had to pay some gears and a trip, the flight to come to Tallinn. So how do I do it? Even when you're struggling financially, there are a few ways you can deal with it. So, for example, depending on how long you need or you estimate that you're going to need the cash flow bridge until revenues are coming, you may be able to borrow some money from family and friends. If the bridge is very short, you can even put it on your credit card. Another way, which is the WTFT ways right now, is to find some sponsors. But sponsors are very difficult to come by. So your story has to be unique, extraordinary, inspiring. It has to stand out. If not, it's very, very difficult to get a sponsor. It's difficult all the times, but it's particularly difficult if your story is not unique. A third method, of course, is also to sell whatever you can. For example, on the WTFT journey, I could have sold my car. Even if my wife needed a car, by selling it and, for example, taking a lease on a new car, I'm liberating some cash flow. Of course, not for long, because after a while, it's maybe more expensive to lease a car than have your own car. But at least you have released some cash flow for a certain time. And that's very, very important. I think we underestimate the importance of cash flow in a business. Most business managers do not know the cash flow of their company because they never check the account, they do not know their balance sheet. So unless you're especially in a big company, unless you're the chief controller or the CEO, you probably don't have a very good idea of the cash flow of your company. Marketing managers always have money for advertising. The supply chain always have money to buy goods. Someone else is dealing with the credit line and the bank account. So in big companies, certainly people have no ideas about the cash flow of the company. For the people who are struggling or in small companies, obviously cash flow is very important, and people feel the pinch at the end of the months when they have to pay the employees. And here, what I want also to mention is the difference between the profit, of course, and the cash flow. These are two different concepts, although technically, theoretically, they should be very similar. But the reality is that when you issue an invoice, you are not necessarily paid right away. And that potentially creates a big difference between profit and cash flow. Even in WTFT, for example, right now, I have two sponsors who have been invoiced and haven't yet sent the money. So I may feel a pinch if in the next week or so the money doesn't come in. Then because I'm spending on lodging and food every day, let's say about $100 a day, I may have to take a loan or bill it on my credit card or take a loan on myself. Although technically, the month of April was profitable. So this is a big difference that you need to think about, and that's why it's so important to look at your numbers every day and be aware of the pressure points in terms of cash flow. Even if you have a great product, if you don't have a strong cash flow, your company may fail totally. So this is the reality of business. Let's hope that my cash flow in WTFT improves quickly. It can also improve if I have more revenues. So if you want to help a little bit and send me a coffee, I would greatly appreciate it. Well, that's all for today. Tomorrow is another day of walking, about 25 kilometers again. Live well, everybody, and let's walk the fucking talk together.